This video we're going to talk about buying 5.56 ammo. Basically there's two types out there. I can't remember their military designations, but they either come in a 55 grain full metal jacket bullet or a 62 grain bullet, usually with a green tip that has a penetrator or whatever on it. And the reason we're talking about it is when I put together this build with this AR here, I went and got that FN barrel. If you've been with the channel, you've seen where I got this barrel. It's kind of a premium grade military barrel. It's made by FN USA. 1/7 twist, real heavy chrome plating, military grade, machine gun steel, whatever. It's rather, other than a stock barrel, it's a little bit more money, but I like the results. And what I found was when I fire 55 grain bullets, the accuracy wasn't as good as firing the 62 grain green tip bullets. And I found a lot of military grade barrels with a 1/7 twist. Okay, that's why like 1/9 is kind of a standard on a lot of generic ARs, because it'll shoot either bullet, with about the same level of accuracy. Where the 1/7, which the reason the military adopted it was because tracer rounds the bullet was so long, they needed that to stabilize the tracers. And so when they changed that, I've found that a 1/7 likes a heavier bullet, 62, and then I guess there's 65, 69. I went to the store, there was all this match ammo that goes up to 70, 77 grain. So there's a lot of ammo that wasn't out there I've never really used. 62 was the heaviest I've used. And I like getting U.S. military surplus or overrun ammo, otherwise known as Lake City. So when I took the gun out and shot it, I shot some 55 grain loads in there, standard, I think it was PPU military loads. And I had an old box from the 90s of the 62 grain green tip bullet. And it was sitting around for a while, and I shot it and I noticed it was better. So I said, hey, I want to go find some more of this stuff. And it was Lake City. It has LC on the head stamp. And it has that NATO symbol, it's like a little circle with a cross in it. So that's military production ammo. Okay. And I believe what they do is when the factory makes it and fulfills an order for the government or whoever, if there's an overrun of the ammo, because in any manufacturing you always get extra material in case there's a problem, in case things go wrong or there's a bad production run, you always have a little extra. So I guess they sell the overrun. And what I found was this Winchester ammo. This is in a box, M855 is the military designation. Okay, full metal jacket, green tip. So I got some of this, and when I took it out, yes, it does have a military head stamp on it, even though it's in this civilian thing, and it shoots fairly well in a rifle. So I found some of it at a local store, and I think I bought 60 rounds. Shot it, really liked it, it worked, because the question is nowadays, no one knows where the ammunition is being manufactured or what components. Like a lot of that range and training ammo says right on there, assembled in the USA but with foreign components. And then you run into the hard primers, weird stuff, everything else. So I went out and I said, okay, I tried to get this stuff. And one store had it, they had a rebate. And the thing is though, if you buy a case of this, you have to cut all them little labels off and mail them all in out of how many boxes there is to get the rebate. So I kind of passed on it. So I said, let me see if I can get some of this ammo. Locally, it was sold out. okay, and it sells out quick. All right, so I found a place, said, hey man, they were selling it like in a 220 grain pack, up to 1,000 rounds or something. So I said, let me see how this works, see what they get. So I ordered it from this company, and all the company is, they're like a drop ship. In other words, if I place the order, pay them, they take their fee out, order it, and then it's sent to me directly from the ammunition place, okay? So I ordered Green Tip, and I waited a week, I waited 2 weeks, I called the guy, I say, hey man, what the hell's going on? Oh, well, and he explained to me, I'll look into it. And so then he goes, in another week, almost 2 weeks goes by, I call him back again. He goes, I just got off the phone with them, they're gonna ship you something. And they sent me, in bulk, this 220, whatever it is, bullets. They just sent it to you like that in a box, loose ammo. But they did not send me the Green Tip, they sent me the 55 grain. And this does have a military head stamp, NATO stamp, all that other stuff, which I already have a very large quantity of 55 grain ammo. So after a month, instead of arguing, I know I can use it, I'll eventually shoot it in something else other than this rifle. So now I go to the local store and I said, let me see what they got. I bought the last of this stuff, and I don't know if it's still available or not, and they had the rebate, but there was another brand of PMC, okay, this here, and this is X-Tac. Now PMC I always thought was a foreign made ammo. This is made in PMC Ammo, Houston, Texas, so I don't know if this is imported and packaged for the USA or whatever. This does have the Green Tip, okay, this ammo here. And the head stamp just has PSA and the date. That's it. But it is crimped. It is a military style, you know, it's not civilian type ammo. And it does have a green tip on it. Where it exactly is made, I don't know. Okay, it could be foreign made ammo, could be assembled here. I don't know. And then the only other thing I found was a Gila. Okay, and they came in a 50 round box, 62 grain bullet. And this particular bullet, again, it is crimped. It has a crimped primer, so it's military grade ammo, I'd say. But this doesn't have the NATO symbol on it. The Gila 5.56 in a year, that's it. And the bullet, they say is a 62 grain, but it does not have a green tip on it. Actually, you know, don't look much different. See, than a 55 grain. These green tip bullets, the shape of the bullet also is a little bit different other than a 55 grain. So I bought some of this. So what I did, I took a target out to 100 yards using iron sights. That's all I got, iron sights, no scope. I did have it on a rest on the bench, so I was shooting off the bench from the rest and just firing at these targets at 100 yards. And I wanted to see what results I got. And it wasn't, you know, hitting the bullseye, it was the grouping and how spread out it was. So, the whole point of the video, we'll take a look. And the reason I did it is before I go down and buy 500 or 1,000 rounds of this, I want to know how it performs. If it performs as well as the US grade stuff or what. You know, I hate to buy 1,000 rounds of ammo and find that the accuracy in my gun sucks. So let's review it and take a look at what I found from these three here, these 62 grainers. All right, at 100 yards with the Winchester, which is basically Lake City, as you can see, I sustained some pretty decent hits in the little diamond there. Some off to the left, which again probably could be me. But that's the stuff that my gun really likes. Now, with the PMC X-Tac, somewhat good. You know, again, we hit some in the diamond, not as many. Again, to the left. Fairly tight grouping. There's about 20 rounds each I shot. Fairly tight grouping, where this was more on center. So it's a tough call. Either one of these probably would be satisfactory. A little tweaking on the sight probably would be a lot better, but about similar results. But I was on because that's what I sighted the rifle in with this ammo, so I was pretty much hitting the diamond better. Now, the weird thing is, when we go with the Aguila ammo, this stuff was all over the place. Okay? Yes, we scored some hits, but highly inconsistent and all over. Okay? So I would avoid this ammo at all costs. So it's pretty much a toss-up between Lake City and the X-Tac by PMC. I'd still go and get this Winchester box. I like the US grade weapon, or the US grade ammo, because I think the quality control on it's a lot tighter. And this is military, ammo. Where this is military style ammo. Maybe they make it the same way they would make for a military contract, but the head stamp is not a military type. So that's it, guys. So like I said, nowadays it's best to get a little bit of a batch of ammo and test it out before you buy it, because you never know how it's going to react. Alright guys, hit the like button, subscribe, and stay tuned.